Hi guys, today we are going to discuss a dynamic topic that is balance of payments. Balance of payments. Balance of payments. In the modern world, in the modern world, we can hardly see there is no country is self-sufficient in the sense that it cannot produce all the goods and services it needs. The point is no self-sufficient, no self-sufficient, which means no country is going to produce all the goods and services that it needs. In simple language, ఏ కంట్రీ తనకు కావాల్సిన అన్ని గూడ్స్ మరియు సర్వీసెస్ దానంతట అది ప్రొడ్యూస్ చేసుకోలేవు. టు సమ్ ఎక్స్టెంట్ ఇట్ హ్యావ్ టు డిపెండ్ అపాన్ సమ్ అదర్ కంట్రీ. సో ట్రేడ్ takes place. Trade takes place. So trade takes place. Why means dependence. Again, why dependence means lack of goods. Lack of goods means no production of that goods, so it depend upon some other country for that goods. So import and export takes place. Every country imports from other countries the goods that cannot be produced. Every country imports goods. Which goods is question mark. Which good means the goods which a country cannot be produced, or if it produced it involves higher cost. So a country imports that goods. Which goods? The goods which a country cannot be produced, or if it produced it involves higher cost. Similarly a country exports to other countries the commodities means goods to those countries prefer to buy from abroad. Abroad means the goods which are the goods exporting country. Abroad means the goods exporting country. Why it is exporting goods means it has capacity to produce that goods with lesser cost, and it has the market in the international level, or a country is willing to purchase of these countries' goods. So you are clear with exports and imports. Now we will discuss balance of payments. Balance of payments. Balance of payments. Balance of payments is a systematic record of economic transactions of the residents of a country with the rest of the world. It is a systematic record of economic transactions of the residents of a country with the rest of the world in a given period of time. It means ఒక కంట్రీ వేరే కంట్రీతో ఎలా ఎక్స్పోర్ట్స్ అండ్ ఇంపోర్ట్స్ చేస్తుంది అనే దాన్ని మనం ఒక సిస్టమాటిక్గా రికార్డ్ చేయడాన్ని బ్యాలెన్స్ ఆఫ్ పేమెంట్స్ అని అంటారు. బ్యాలెన్స్ ఆఫ్ పేమెంట్స్ ఈజ్ రికార్డెడ్ టు హెల్ప్ our government regarding the decisions of monetary and fiscal policies. The record is so prepared to provide meaning measure to the various components of countries' external economic transactions. The basic aim is to present an account of all receipts and payments. Balance of payments we are recording now here. We are recording systematic recording economic transactions. Why we are recording? Because to represent an account of all receipts and payments. What come under receipts? What will come under receipts is money we earn, money we paid for goods, services, receipts means money we will earn for goods and services, money we will pay for goods and services. Here exports, here imports. So you are clear about receipts and payments. Now balance of trade and balance of payments. Balance of trade and balance of payment, balance of trade and balance of payment. Balance of trade, balance of payment are two related terms, but they should be carefully distinguished from each other because they do not have exactly the same meaning. బ్యాలెన్స్ ఆఫ్ ట్రేడ్ మరియు బ్యాలెన్స్ ఆఫ్ పేమెంట్స్ రెండు చాలా దగ్గరి పోలికలున్న ఐటమ్స్ కాబట్టి మనం దాన్ని చాలా శ్రద్ధగా చూడాలి, దాని మీనింగ్ ఏంటి అనేది. బ్యాలెన్స్ ఆఫ్ ట్రేడ్, బ్యాలెన్స్ ఆఫ్ ట్రేడ్ means balance of trade means the difference in value of imports and exports of commodities only. We can say that visible items only. The differences in value of imports and exports of commodities only means the commodities. For example, say goods we are exporting. Say we are exporting cloth to America and we are importing from America finished goods. Say we are exporting raw material cotton and we are importing finished goods, say shirts, jeans, etc. Visible items only means balance of trade. Balance of trade and balance of trade. If balance of trade, imports equal to exports means it is balance in balance of trade. Imports equal to exports. If exports greater than imports is surplus in balance of trade. Imports is greater than exports means deficit in balance of trade. Trade here refers to only visible items which we can see. So imports is greater than exports means deficit in balance of trade. Here we can say surplus is favorable, deficit is unfavorable. Balance of trade refers to only goods. Balance of trade refers to only commodities only. Balance of payments refers to both commodities and services. Now we will discuss favorable and unfavorable means. Favorable and unfavorable concepts was developed by mercantilists. Mercantilist refers to the 18th century economists. Mercantilist favorable and unfavorable concept was developed by mercantilists of 18th century. In those days settlements of foreign transactions were made in gold. అంటే ఆ రోజుల్లో 18వ శతాబ్దంలో సెటిల్మెంట్స్ ఆఫ్ ఫారెన్ ట్రాన్సాక్షన్స్ వేర్ మేడ్ ఇన్ గోల్డ్. Suppose India export 100 crores of goods. In the same way, import 80 crores of goods. Export 100 crores of goods, import 80 crores of goods means India is earning 20 crores of gold, because in those days the transactions of external transactions took place in the form of gold. Here 20 came from 100 minus 80. We are exporting 100 and we are importing 80, so 100 minus 80 is equal to 20. India is earning 20, which means trade is favorable. Trade is favorable. According to the mercantilist, getting more gold from trade means wealthy. The country is wealthy, which means the country is getting more developed by surplus. Surplus means ఎక్కువ exports. Surplus exports. In the favorable, trade is favorable, which means trade is favorable. In the same way, India import 150 crores of goods, export 100 crores of goods, which means India is going to pay 50 crores of gold to other countries. 50 crores to other countries. 150 minus 100 is equal to 50. We are paying 50 crores of gold to other countries, which means we are getting poorer. So trade is unfavorable according to the mercantilist, but nowadays favorable and unfavorable words are still using. Favorable and unfavorable words are still using, but gold is not using for transactions. Favorable and unfavorable words are still using, but gold is not using for transactions. dollars, euros, pounds were using. So you are clear now about why countries will trade because of self-sufficiency, not self-sufficiency, and trade takes place, imports and exports. And again we are discussed about balance of trade and balance of payments.